just making it here to the job of the day. This morning we were just getting the chip truck all ready to go. That's actually staying right there. This morning we're going to be removing this one tree you see here. Then we have that pine tree there, and we also have the one tree that's uprooted right there against the fence. Alright, so Freddie just cut all the branches off this tree. I'm about to grab the mini so I can pick them up. But Eduardo there is getting the stick saw all ready to go. He's going to get ready so we can start knocking out these trees. We want to get rid of this one here just so it's easier for us to pass by with the branches and the logs later on. So let me unload both minis. I'll bring one over. We'll get this all chipped up and then we'll drop that final piece there. We'll only need one of them for now, but we do have both of them just in case we need them. So I finished knocking out all these branches. I already picked up this big log here. That's all ready. You could see that Eduardo already knocked out a couple branches of this tree. Like I said before, this one's completely going. And then we'll move on to this one here. This one's gonna be a real pain. I think right now Freddie's bringing the stump grinder so we can grind that stump and maybe take a couple roots off this one here just to make it a bit easier. Still somewhat in the air, but I'm pretty sure that's something holding it on that other end there. But we might take some of this off just to give us a bit more room. But right now I'm gonna start picking up all these branches, get that all chipped up while the guys continue working. right, so luckily we were able to drop this tree this way. Now all that's left is to pick up this piece here and grind this stump. So what this customer here actually wanted us to do was just cut it a couple feet in. That big section there is actually responsibility of that neighbor there. Right now our customer is actually going to get this fence fixed. That's why we removed a couple branches that were overhanging this side here. He'll get this repaired. We'll grind this stump, leave it nice and flat for him. And we're also going to move on to this pine tree, get this one all knocked out, and then we're going to grind that stump as well. You saw Freddie already knocked out that stump. That one's all ready to go, and we already chipped up most of the branches. There's only a couple there left, so. All right, so Freddie finished up with the stump. The guys already flattened it out. We still got to clean it up a little bit, leave it nicer. But Ardo's getting all his climbing gear ready. He's gonna need to climb this one. We'll get that knocked down, no problem. Then we'll clean up all the grass, leave this area nicely cleaned up. I also already loaded up all the logs. That's all set. We're gonna knock this all out, make sure this area is completely cleaned up, and then we're gonna head over to our next job. we just dropped this final piece here. Now all that's left is to drop these last logs. My brother's gonna start cutting everything up. I'll grab it with the mini, we'll take it right up to the chipper, clean up all this area, leave it nice and clean, and then we'll start knocking out that stump as well once we finish up with the logs. All right, so we're all done here. We knocked out this stump, we flaned it out the best we can, we cleaned up all the grass, we flaned out that stump, left it nice and clean. We cleaned up that small stump as well, got that all cleaned up. We passed the blower throughout all the grass, got it all nicely cleaned up. And the guys passed the blower on the driveway, we left it nice and clean. They got everything ready to go. We got the stump grinder all ready, both minis are all loaded up. Now we're gonna have lunch and we're gonna head over to our next job. Just making it here to our second job. You can see Freddie already knocked out a couple branches, have the trucks all set up. We're actually going to need maybe one mini and the stump grinder, so we got to drop both of those. Here it was just a couple lower branches, one there, and then Freddie cut one from up there. Got to clean up that cut still. Those two just like that. And then this tree here, the same. He just wants a couple of the lower branches, like this one here. We'll probably knock out that second one there. There's that dead one there. Maybe take a couple of these dead ones as well. It's basically just so when he cuts the grass, the branches don't hit him in the head when he's cutting grass. In the back of the house here, we're going to be removing this one tree. It's not too big. We'll knock that out, no problem. We do have to do the stump, and there's a couple septic lines there, so we have to be careful. We'll get it as flat as possible, just being careful with that area there. It's mostly on that area, so we should be fine on this section here. This shouldn't take too long. You can see Freddie's already basically done with that one. He's just grabbing a couple of the dead stuff. Once we're done here, we're actually heading to a small leaf cleanup. We brought a bunch of blowers with us. We'll see how long this takes us to do, and hopefully we should be able to finish up that leaf cleanup before the end of the day. Alright, so we finished up with the stumps. I was just grabbing the shovel, and now I'm picking up all the stump grinds from every small stump that was here. I already cleaned up that first one near the mailbox. I have basically that second one's almost done, and then I have two more plus the bigger one that I just finished stump grinding. Right now we're just struggling with our shovels. This one's completely broken. That one's completely broken, and then Berardo's over there messing with one. He has a hammer to the other metal shovel. We're looking bad for the end of the season. I guess it's time for new shovels. But you can see this one, I already have it basically a little bit more than halfway. Just have to pick up that section there, that the green bucket's almost halfway, and then I have a little bit near the sidewalk that I have to pick up. No, hay que botarlo donde yo hice aquel puño. right, so we're all done here. We try to clean up this area the best we can. We also grinded a section over there that we cleaned up. I put all the stump grinds for the customer over there. That's exactly where he wanted it. That tree there got the lower branches taken off. This one here also got the lower branches taken off. And we knocked out the 4 stumps next to the sidewalk as well. Picked up all the stump grinds, cleaned them up. We passed the blower through the driveway, through the road. We cleaned up all the sidewalks, left everything nicely cleaned up. Now, like I said before, from here we're actually going to do a small leaf cleanup that we have. We're hoping to knock it out today, but we'll see if we can. We'll see how it goes. All right, so we're just pulling here where we're going to be doing the leaf cleanup. It's not too bad. You can see the guys are already starting to clean up. I'm just getting the truck turned around. So basically what we're doing is we're cleaning up all that grass area there, and then in that backyard, it's not too big, but we do have to clean up all the leaves. And this back section here, it's not too big either, just a little cleanup. He's not too worried about that back section. But this, he wants us to blow it all across the street. He says that's his property as well. I think I'm mostly just gonna set up the camera on time lapse so you guys can see the process of us getting rid of the leaves. This flower bed here, he doesn't want us to touch. He just wants us to leave those leaves. He says he has some wildflowers in there, so not to touch that. All that area by the house has to get cleaned up. The one by the trees there has to get cleaned up. That isn't an issue. Right now we're just struggling with a couple blowers. I can see we already broke one of them, so I don't think there's an extra blower for me unless I go all the way back to the shop, but we'll see. Let's start getting this all knocked out. All right, so we got this front section done. We got all that area there. We got it all across the road. We left this like the customer wanted, cleaned up the driveway. Now we just got to clean up that area just a little bit, and then we're going to concentrate on that back section. Just what's inside the fence, we're going to try to get it out the fence, maybe to the corner or something like that. But let's continue on, start knocking stuff out. just making it back home. It was another long day. It was a real struggle trying to get those leaves cleaned up with those 2 blowers, but we got it done. Customer was super happy. I want to thank anybody who took their time out of the day to watch the video. Any questions, any comments, any tips for me, leave them down below. Catch you guys next time.